Welcome to Rafford, a place that takes its name from the Gaelic Rathard, a shieling on the hill. Situated a few miles southeast of Forres on a road that rises uphill through lower and upper Rafford, it is off the beaten track and all the lovelier for that. In the old days it was a cluster of ferm tunes where people worked the land, raising crops and cattle, crafting, woodwork, spinning and weaving. The people who live in Rafford today still live close to the land. Some still farm, some craft. Others have spacious gardens growing delicious produce. Many who choose to settle here do so for the green, fertile land and the village's rich natural and cultural heritage. Anne and Andy Garrow are native to Rafford. Their garden is their pride and joy. They grow abundant fruits and vegetables, which they generously share with their neighbours and friends.
After 60 years, I think the ground knows what we like, and it's producing everything for us. Great. I love the place. It's just my home. Really is my home. I don't have to buy veggies at all. Everything is either pickled, pickled like myself, or stored for, I mean, that'll stay in here, and I'll just come out here every now and again and take some into the kitchen and use them that way. This was the school playing field, and where our house is built, it's built on the school garden. So I know that all the vegetables we're getting and the flowers in the front will be good, because it's good ground. Rafford is my hometown. I was born and brought up in the church I went to from a toddler. So 50 odd years, because I got married when I was 20 and I'm now 82. That's why the garden's so fruitful, because it's so old.
Anne has always been at the heart of her community. As an elder of the Rafford Parish Church, which closed in January 2024, as a trustee of Rafford Village Hall, and as a welcomer to all those who come to the village.
I'm involved with the Village Hall, so I was there at the opening of it when the Galloways, Blairby House, they donated the field and they also gave us the building for the Village Hall. And I was there, I think I'd have been about 11. I can remember watching them cutting the ribbon and opening. So everything is in my DNA is Rafford.
Although homes are widely spread out across Rafford's green pastures, there is a lively community, at the heart of which is the Village Hall, gathering point for the community since 1950. In 2024, members of the Rafford Village Hall Committee and Naturally Useful came together on a project titled Rafford's Growing Roots. The aim was to bring people together, find common ground, celebrate the land and the people who care for it. As part of the project, local growers and crafters offered guided walks and workshops, such as foraging, printing, willow weaving. 2 memory teas were held in the hall to gather people's stories of life in Rafford. Their stories will feature in the 75th anniversary celebration of the hall.
I've done my bit, so step back and let the younger generation come up, find their feet, because they'll be the next ones to look after the hall when we're not here. So I'm happy with the way things have been up until now, and if they carry on the way they're doing, I'll be quite happy.
Just across the road from Anne and Andy sits the 18-acre Marquessy farm owned by Sven and Betsy, who took over the dilapidated farm in 1998 after relocating to Scotland from Norway. Restoring the farm's land and buildings has been a labour of love inspired by nature, craftsmanship and creativity. As in earlier days, Markessie Farm is now home to various small enterprises, including Naturally Useful, a community interest corporation that organises workshops using local willow, wood, wool and plants. Today, we're at a botanical printing workshop. Participants are using plants freshly picked from Naturally Useful's dye garden.
As part of this Rafford's Growing Roots project, we wanted to offer experiences for people that are all to do with the land and connecting with the land and plants and showing people what they can get out of the land. The soil and the plants that are here in Rafford are really important to me because these are the tools of my work. It's the materials that create the things that I make things from. And so it's very important to take care of the land and the plants and the soil here in Rafford.
The prints, when finished, will be passed on to the village hall's sewing group to be made into bunting to decorate the hall for the harvest lunch. Also in Markessie, we find Gully harvesting basil in her brother Braga's polytunnel garden.
I live at Markessie Farm. My parents bought Markessie when I was 10, 11 years old, so I grew up here up until 17 and then I just moved back 4 years ago. And I am a chef. I run events and do kind of private cooking jobs around the area, and I also am a counsellor, so I see clients a couple of days a week. And then in the last 5 months I opened a small farm shop here on the farm. There was an extensive growing operation here. You know, at the very early stages, Earthshare was actually based here at Markessie, one of the original kind of organic box scheme in this area. And since then, my brother Braga has stepped into the growing role and created a really abundant market garden. We are connected to the land. Our health and well-being is reflected in the land that we inhabit and vice versa. We have a custodial responsibility as keepers, as, you know, custodians of the land, to take care of the land, trees and soil that live on this patch.
In Upper Rafford, just east of the village hall, we find the lively Romach farm, owned by John and Stella Birtles, now run by their daughter Jen and her partner Leslie.
We moved from Nethy Bridge near Aviemore to Rafford 8 years ago. This is Hope, keeper of the sheep. There's warbles. They originate from the Netherlands and they're nice. They're a bit different. There's something different to see. And they're very friendly and easy to deal with. If you left your house door open, all of these would be in the kitchen helping themselves. They're just like big dogs, really. So here at Romach Farm, we are producing lamb, which is going to be making an appearance in the farm shop at Markessie. We also sell through the Honesty box on our farm gate. We also have a lot of poultry. We take eggs from all of our poultry, which is also available in the Honesty box, along with surplus fruit that we get from our orchard. The number of people that we know is growing. With more and more going on at the village hall, we're kind of getting to know more people through that. So I think that's really good for bringing people together, and once you've met someone once, it makes life a bit easier. I feel quite happy just in the We love this little pocket of Rafford that we have, and it's somewhere I can't ever imagine moving away from.
To celebrate the harvest, the village hall organise a grow and share harvest lunch using mainly local produce, grown or foraged by residents of Rafford and nearby.
Rafford's a kind of a buzzing place, so it was a real privilege to be asked this year to help with the harvest feast, and through that actually make quite a lot of connections to people living in the area that I hadn't made previously.
One of the Rafford residents bringing their produce for the harvest lunch is Howard Stoller, a horticulturist and committed community member. He and his wife Susan live at Angrania on the northwest side of Rafford. They moved here in 2014 and have transformed their land into a productive fruit, vegetable and flower garden. They regularly open their garden to the public through Scotland's Garden Scheme Open Days.
I think we both feel quite embedded in the land here. It feels very natural and alive and very much part of who we are. When we first came, or right from when we first came, we always felt we were like caretakers of the land here, because eventually it'll pass on to somebody else, I'm sure, you know, that day will come. But it's very much home for us.
I love it. It's wonderful, magical, lovely and quiet and peaceful, and huge areas of forest and woodland compared to anywhere in the UK. There's more woodland in Murray, which is our county, than anywhere else in the UK. We grow it principally for us and the neighbours and when my family comes to visit, but we do get surpluses and sell them to the community, and all the proceeds go to charity, which motivates me to work hard. Yeah, so a lot of the money goes to Tree Aid. It's an international organisation that's at the moment focusing on growing a belt of trees south of the Sahara Desert, right across from east to west.
After all the preparations, now at last it's the day of the harvest lunch. People arrive early to help set up the hall for the big event. Some are helping to prep and serve. Finally, everyone sits down to enjoy a delicious three-course lunch. While being entertained by visiting Breton musicians Guyad, and listening to some homegrown Rafford stories from local storyteller, me. Thanks to all those who have shared their stories and their love of this place. All those who helped to make Rafford what it is today. Those who have gathered in community together, weathering the seasons and the changes that life brings. The whole day is a true celebration of the richness of Rafford's people, heritage and land. As the year turns, the seasons change from autumn to winter. Now it's time to harvest the willow.
So we usually have a big team of people. We've got a team of cutters that are just cutting every single rod, and then down the bottom here then we have all the graders, and that's grading all the willow in different sizes. There's some volunteers here, quite a few volunteers, and then there's a core team of paid workers that come every day.
Like a bunch of fishing rods.
It's quite a community atmosphere. We keep the fire going and hot teas going all day. No, it seems to be a nice trickle of people come through every day.
I think by the way that the amount of people that come, I'd say it's quite important that people have a space to come to, that they know they can work on a project as a team.
Some of the withies will be saved for the crowning event of the Rafford's Roots project in a few weeks' time. Soon after the willow harvest, Naturally Useful, the Growing Roots project team and Village Hall committee members hold a playing field visioning day with many local residents and students from Glasgow School of Art. The Hall committee use the ideas to decide what shape the willow dome will take and where it will be planted.
Part of our ethos here at Naturally Useful is to show people of the next generation how to do things so that all these skills that are traditional perhaps and seen as old-fashioned perhaps are brought into today's culture and go further into the future, and that all these skills aren't lost. So I'm really hoping that whatever we build out of our willow and plant next to the hall on the field there is going to be something that's there for generations and enjoyed by everybody, and that is something that everybody enjoys. All generations and all shapes and sizes of person can maybe fit through some nice tunnel or something. Yeah.
The original idea for a willow dome came from local children who regularly play in the field. The design of the dome incorporates their ideas, including the instalment of log seats, which Howard donates on the day of the planting. The dome takes the shape of a fish with 2 willow walls as its tail, fitting acknowledgement of the hall's Christian roots. A willow structure is a living organism, like a village, a community of individual stems, planted in the soil, woven together, setting down roots, growing new shoots. Willow's strength is its ability to bend, to shift and change so it does not break. In this way, it can live on for generations. This field has seen many children play over the years. This willow structure will be a shelter, a den for many children to come.